Well, this is 2 hours since the treatment. It was really stingy for a little while afterwards. I'd probably say for about an hour afterwards it was actually quite stinging quite a bit and very, very hot. It's calmed down now and it's quite bearable. Well, it's about 19 hours since the IPL has been finished. Overnight, it was a little bit stingy through the night, a little bit hot, but can hardly feel it on my face, so the pain is almost non-existent. I have woken up, as you can see, with plenty of pigmentation, especially on the chest area. It's actually gone quite dark, and also have some lovely little blisters that are just filled with liquid across the top part of the chest, and also a couple just on my cheeks as well. Otherwise, it's all going pretty well. It's supposed to look like this, which is the start of the milo-ink, and eventually all the pigmentation will come to the surface and slough off. I'll end up with hopefully a beautiful new complexion with no pigmentation. Well, here we are, the second day after having the IPL done. Face is actually coming up quite good, and already some of the pigmentation has actually been washing away. Yesterday I felt really flat and tired, maybe because it was like a burn that you have done to the skin. Body was healing everything else and left me with absolutely no energy, so I felt really terrible last night. This morning I woke up feeling quite good. I'm still very sore on the chest, it's still stinging a fair bit. Nothing too unbearable, and it's actually very dark and red as well. Here we are, day 3 since I've had the IPL done. Face is great, the pigmentation is now coming off a lot better, and the chest is a little bit sore. The blisters have now popped, and the pigmentation is starting to move from the chest area as well, but it is still a little bit on the sore side. Well, here we are, 5 days since I had the IPL done, and I can't stop smiling. It's just incredible. Already all the pigmentation is coming off of my face. It's so much clearer around here. In fact, I had a few tears this morning because in my whole life I've never been without freckles, and it's just coming up so smooth. The skin itself is even a lot firmer because the IPL actually helps produce more collagen and elastin in the skin. I'm actually finding that the wrinkles aren't as deep as well, so it's like a bonus to having the IPL done. The chest area is really itchy at the moment. It's starting to heal. We've still got a little bit of burning just around the top section here. That's a little bit tender, but it is healing. Dr. Leet said that that would take a lot longer. The face takes around about a week for the pigmentation to come right to the surface and be removed. The chest and the back of the hands, they tend to take 2 to 3 weeks for them to get to the finished degree. This has just been fantastic. I was a little bit worried about it at first. I didn't know what the results would be like, but it's wonderful. I'm very, very pleased. I can't wait until we get to the next part of the journey. Well, here we are. It's been 1 week since I've had my IPL treatment, and now I'm just about to have an enzyme peel just to help remove some of the pigmentation that's left behind and reveal a lovely new skin. We'll see how we go. Let's start off with cleansing the skin first. That's pretty good. Face. I used to wear about 3 layers of foundation to cover all the freckles and the marks on my skin. And I went out this morning with just tinted moisturiser on. I just couldn't stop smiling. It's brilliant.
That's good. Still a little bit stuck just on the sides of the face,
Yes.
but that's quite normal because that's sort of the most damaged area, so it tends to leave the most bit behind. You can actually see the little bits of pigmentation.
Oh, yes.
Is there a lot of heat on your skin after?
Just for the first night, it was quite hot and quite red, but my face settled down really quickly actually the next day. It was really good. It's just the chest took a little while to settle down.
Yeah, the body seems to always take a bit longer than the face is usually the one that heals the quickest.
Yes.
The body can take it up to 4 weeks to have the full effect.
Yeah, my hands too, they were, I could feel it on my hands for a few days too. I thought the hands would be quite tough actually, but they were stinging for a few days as well.
Yeah, we tend to forget about these areas when we put sunscreens and moisturisers and things like that.
Yes.
Did you just apply some aloe vera in that after and it was feeling a little bit sort of dry on the chest?
Yes. Yeah, I had the new skin conditioning on with the aloe vera. I was putting that on the chest actually about 3 times a day.
Yeah. It's amazing stuff.
Oh, it is.
Have you had IPL before this?
No.
It's exciting.
Oh, it's very exciting. But I must admit, I've had quite a few tears over the last couple of days as I've seen it coming off. I've never had skin like this before. Always hated my freckles and pigmentation on my skin, and I just keep bursting into tears, go past a mirror, I look like a monkey every time I see a mirror, I'm looking in the mirror.
That's good. It's going to take some getting used to not having to put makeup on every day.
Oh, it's just incredible. Because I literally was wearing makeup 7 days a week.
Just to continue to nourish your chest and neck and hands now for the next few weeks. We're definitely not going to get all of that pigmentation off today because some of it's just not ready to come off. But what we're doing today is going to help to actually speed up that healing process. Sounds beautiful. Feels good too. A lot of people noticed.
They have actually. When I go and do school pickup, topic of conversation, as soon as I get there, everyone wants to have a look at my face.
There's so many ladies, because you didn't sort of, you often hear a story they never knew about, having put sunscreen on. It was sort of the opposite, putting a coconut oil on.
That's right.
Especially in Queensland.
I grew up on the river, so I did a lot of water skiing and that, and you put a little bit of zinc on your nose, and then when that comes off, you don't worry about it. It's just the start of the day, then you just sort of kept sunbaking and frying with the oil and everything. And now when my children even go anywhere near going outside, they get drowned in sunblock and a hat.
So I'm just applying the enzyme now. There might be a little bit of tingling. Just the cranberry enzyme.
It smells lovely.
It's cranberries. It smells amazing. give you a little bit of rescue in a jar. I'm going to put some on you at the end of today as well.
Oh, yes.
Generally we wouldn't do the rescue straight after the IPL because of the amount of heat that's in the skin. But the rescue is just, you know, it feels really itchy and really dry. It's a really great cream just to sort of press onto the chest and the neck.
Oh,
it's got a lot of repairing and healing properties in it as well, and it's recommended post-laser. So I'll give you some to take and I'll show you how to use it because you don't generally use very much of it.
Wonderful, thank you.
How's that feeling?
Good, thank you. It's only just the slightest little tingle.
Have you exfoliated in this week?
No.
Okay, so you won't have to exfoliate now probably for another 3 days or so.
Okay.
And then thereafter you can lightly exfoliate the skin. You can exfoliate the chest as well. Maybe don't use a granular scrub if you maybe have a more like a milky or a gentle cleanser. If you sort of cream it up, apply it, leave it on for a couple of minutes, get a really soft face washer, wet it, and then just really lightly wipe it.
Okay.
And basically just leaving that bit of lathering on the chest and the neck and the hands will just help to soften the pigmentation that has popped up. And you'll see every time you wipe, you'll just get lots and lots of it off. Never force it off though, so if it's not going to come off with that, it won't come off. So don't sort of try and get it off any quicker than what it does. And then do it about probably 2 times a week. Okay. Or up to 2 times a week.
Shouldering.
That'll just speed up the process. There's still going to be a lot happening under the skin for the next month or so.
Oh, yes.
So what you see now isn't actually the full effect even on your face.
Right. So more pigmentation coming. So I can see there's some pigmentation left behind, but that still keep coming to the surface.
So a lot of these won't come to the surface. Whatever's going to pop to the surface will happen within the first week. Some pigmentation can actually be absorbed. So that usually happens. Your collagen production, your firming, your decrease in redness, and just the sort of overall plumping of the skin continues to happen after sort of 3 weeks. So all the things that you don't see is the ones that take the longest. So
there's so many benefits to having the IPL done.
yeah, it's an all-over treatment. It doesn't leave anything untreated.
And how often would you recommend someone to have an IPL treatment?
It really depends on the concern. For someone like yourself, you would only need the treatment maybe once a year to 2 years. We have ladies come in once every 4 years, and that's still fine. If someone had more of a red skin, or sometimes if they have a lot of sun damage, they can have a couple of treatments and then also just supplementing this treatment once a year or so. But once you have that initial treatment, you'll find that your skin will never go back to what it was before you had the treatment.
Oh wow, that's fantastic.
Because you've got to think how many years it took to actually build that.
Yes.
And you know better now, so you'll actually look after it a little better, so it'll never be as bad again. Your first treatment's always the, when you have the most pigmentation come up, it's always the most severe. This one here is the rescue. So you use probably about that much for the whole face, so not very much.
Oh, wow.
You'd use the same amount for the chest as well. Warm it up in the front fingers like that, and then just press it on like that. You're not going to be able to put it on like a normal moisturiser. It doesn't have any fillers or parabens or perfumes, so it's not actually going to absorb off your skin. It just slowly feeds it, overnight. So you probably find it's going to be easiest to use at night before you go to sleep.
Just use it every night?
Yeah. And all you want is just a really thin film of it under the skin. You don't want to feel like there's a lot of it on there.
And we'll still use an eye cream as well, or is that safe to use around the eyes?
It is safe to use around the eyes. There's nothing wrong with using an eye cream as well, though. You'll see now, because we just did the treatment, there's quite a few little bits of pigment left, but you'll see it drop off quite quickly now in the next few days. And then this one is your rescue here. It doesn't look like very much, but it's actually enough for a good week for using all of those using on all of those areas.
Wonderful, thank you.
That's the week after you've done the IPL, so it's all cleaned off the face. and that's done exactly what we wanted to do. It's great. It's still all coming off, chest and hands.
Yes.
And as I said to you, they usually take 2 or even 3 weeks to all come off. And there's still a little bit coming off down there. Just over your collarbone, I can see it's peeled a little bit there, crusted a little bit, but that's going to clear up, and with time it's going to be really good. So it's sort of cleaning up the canvas, if we clean up the skin, as we discussed, it makes people look younger, don't have to wear makeup or don't have to wear it so much, and it's just, it's one of my favourite things to do. I love doing that. What we want to do now, really, and I probably wouldn't necessarily rush into doing it, we want to do a little bit of botulinum treatment. And we want to use that just to soften some of the expression lines, and also to give a little bit of a lift to the arch of the eyebrow, and then a little bit of filler, dermal fillers, but we're probably not going to need a lot of them. But I would leave, there's probably a little bit of puffiness in the face still from the IPL. So I'd like to leave it another sort of week or two, really, let things really settle down, and then we'll make a time. I think probably the thing to do is to do a little bit of the botulinum first, get that working, and then do a little bit of the filler. And then, as we discussed, we can talk about options that we've got for really anti-aging the skin and maintaining the look that we've got, and really sort of getting the skin glowing even more than it is now, which is going to be hard, but we'll do it.
I can't stop smiling. This is fantastic.
Awesome.
I've gone from 3 layers of foundation to try and get the coverage, and I went out this morning with the tinted moisturiser on, and that was all I needed. And I've never ever done that in my life. Since I was wearing makeup from about 16, 17, I've never been able to wear just a tinted moisturiser and still get a lovely finish on the skin, so I absolutely love it.
Right, and you understand also now the benefit of doing one strong treatment rather than doing like 4 to 6 little gentle things and gradually get in there, just get it in one go and get a better result.
Yes, and the downtime wasn't that bad either, because I only had really, that night it was quite hot and red, but by the lunchtime the next day that had all settled right down, just the chest a little bit longer, but the face, that was sort of basically back to normal within a couple of days.
Fantastic. I mean, all I want you to do now is make sure you've got a good sunscreen on every single day. Just as part of your routine, put sunscreen on your face.
Absolutely.
And just be sensible with the sun. And then you'll never get this sort of degree of sun damage coming back again, really, or not for many years.
It's been 2 days now since I had the enzyme peel done at the Envisage Cosmetic Clinic. The skin has come up an absolute treat. I can't stop smiling. I'm grinning all the time. The treatment's been amazing, because I've never in my whole life been without freckles, and now I can actually go out with just a little bit of tinted moisturiser on instead of 3 layers of foundation. The team at the Envisage Cosmetic Clinic, Dr. Leet and the girls there, are absolutely amazing. They make you feel welcome the moment you walk in the door. You feel at ease. They explain everything in detail, so you don't have any fears at all when you're going in for the treatments. I really would recommend, if you're here on the Gold Coast, to definitely make contact with the Envisage team. And even just having the IPL treatment makes such a difference to the skin. I've only got a couple more days now, and I go in to have the Botox and the fillers. So the next time you see me, I might be looking another 10 years younger again, and it'll certainly make quite a difference to my skin, and hopefully help me to start my career off. The chest area now is actually looking really good as well. The pigmentation is now starting to come off. A couple more weeks before it'll be completely clear. but the difference there is great. I did end up with a little bit of infection just in the top section here. They were the blisters that popped first, and they did go a little bit crusty for a while, but now they're actually healing up as well, and I shouldn't end up with any scarring there whatsoever. We've been putting on the new skin conditioning treatment, which has got aloe vera and panthenol in it, and that's been healing it up beautifully. And I've been putting a little bit of extra pawpaw ointment just on this section here, just to help with the healing. So next time I see you, hopefully I'll have a whole new face, and I would love you to keep following My Style Connection. You can follow us on the website, all the W's, mystyleconnection.com, or keep up with the YouTube channel. It'll be a few more weeks before we put the next episode up, but then it'll be quite a difference after having the rest of the treatments done. Thanks for watching.